it was known that Sewol left photographic data. Sewol was playing with her friends in the lobby and CCTV camera filmed them. Sewol found something and started to take the photo with her handset. This child is Sewol. The steering house of Sewol Ferry has a GPS receiver. When we board a plane, we can be informed of flight information on the screen. By the same way, Sewol Ferry was providing position information in the lobby. Sewol left this information in her photo, and what's valuable in this photo is that it shows accurate position of Sewol Ferry at the time of her handset, which cannot be faked. I read the manual of WAS and found that the position error is less than 3 meters. At that time, Sewol Ferry was sailing near Huxando Island, and the position of Sewol Ferry shown in Sewol's photo was different from the position reported by the government by 127 meters. This 127 meters of difference is very important because the error of WAA reception DGPS is less than 3 meters and, therefore, government's data must be faked. It's clear that a counter-argument will be made saying that GPS receiver and AIS antenna are in different positions, but, when looking at this data, such counter-argument becomes meaningless. A potential buyer of Sewol Ferry took the photos of Sewol Ferry at 3:00 p.m. on 15 April, the day before the accident. This photo shows the GPS receiver and AIS transmitter receiver in the steering house. In fact, the distance between GPS receiver and AIS antenna is about 3 meters. In the process of more detailed investigation, a term called A-to-N appears. A-to-N is the abbreviation of Add to Navigation and has the meaning of a voyage helper. It may be deemed to be an electronic lighthouse. Easily speaking, long time ago, if the light of a lighthouse appears, the position of a ship could be identified on a paper hydrographical chart. However, now, electronic lighthouses appear on the electronic hydrographical chart. I'll show you an example. This picture shows the electronic lighthouse in Memoldo Island, and this kind of lighthouse is expressed as an icon, that is a diamond with a cross in its center. This is the electronic lighthouse in Memoldo Island. A-to-N were built in Jukdo and Byongpungdo Islands in March 2013. It's at the center of the shape of a thumbed right hand. Jukdo Island is at the entrance of Mangal Lane. The accident occurred near Byongpungdo Island at the lower position. This is the record that Jukdo Island's A-to-N was registered in United Kingdom Hydrographic Office, UKHO. Jukdo Island's A-to-N is at the center of a thumbed right hand. Let's see how Jukdo Island's A-to-N was reported at the time of the accident. This is the situation to watch the monitoring video of Jindo VTS. She was sailing at about 38.3 kilometers per hour of speed to southeast. Let's go to the time of the accident. It's 08:30 now. At this time point, Jindo VTS is seen in the left of the sailing direction of Sewol Ferry. Mangoldo Island is in the right. Sewol Ferry was sailing between them. At that time, we did not take attention in this video. However, according to the video disclosed by Jindo VTS at that time, the electronic lighthouse was not in this position but was in this position. Did the lighthouse change its residence? The distance between such two positions is 240 meters. The lighthouse is 240 meters above. I wondered that, when pulling up the tracks, something might also be pulled up, and, as the result of investigation, I found that a lighthouse was pulled up. In conclusion, the lighthouse was pulled up when the tracks were pulled up, or the lighthouse really changed its residence. According to a professional, there are two kinds of A-to-N. One is fixation type that transmits its coordinates without receiving its DGPS coordinates from a satellite. However, A TN may be continuously shaken on the sea and fixation type cannot be used on the sea. The A10 on the sea receives the GPS coordinates from satellites and transmits them. A professional said that it's impossible to input the position information of a fixed electronic lighthouse with deviation by 240 meters because it is installed by measurement professionals and, after installation, the position is confirmed on radar. If a lighthouse is moved, advanced notification is required and the fact of movement shall be notified within 1 month, for timely publication of revised versions of data. Nevertheless, Director Kim still had the suspicion of possible movement of the lighthouse and went to Jukdo Island. He confirmed the actual position of the lighthouse. And then, he tried to find out the position shown in Jindo VTS data. This is the position shown in Jindo VTS data, but no lighthouse can be installed here. I still wondered that antenna might only be installed, but I could not find any antenna, electric cables, or solar batteries, etc. This position consists of rocks and no electric cable might be buried underground. It may be the type that, when pushing a button, rocks are opened and the antenna is projected and turns every 3 minutes. There was nothing. If this place has no electronic lighthouse, a presumption may be made. I presume that the tracks were pulled up after the accident, but, due to possible problems after disclosure of the video, they might change the position of the lighthouse. As we made a large investment in purchasing the expensive AIS device, we investigated other places in Incheon territory. Other lighthouses showed consistent positions. I checked whether the position of the lighthouse was changed before or after the accident. The position of the lighthouse was not changed 1 month after the accident. That is, the position shown in the government's data was not transmitted by the lighthouse when the accident occurred. In addition, a document issued in 2015 showed that a siren was installed in the lighthouse against heavy foggy situation, but its position was not changed. A professional said that, if it was required to fake the tracks, the map might be proportionally reduced. He said that, if a reference point is set and layers are overlapped, faking is possible. Therefore, it is thought that Sewol Ferry might sail further near from Byongpungdo Island compared with the track sheet reported by the government. In addition, if a part of a map is vertically stretched, zigzag tracks may become smooth tracks. When the production team returned from the trip to Mangaline to solve the problem of reference points, the system was not booted up. CPU socket pins were damaged. The motherboard was replaced. This kind of disturbances has been still continued and valuable data might be leaked. Nevertheless, I will produce the intention and will pay back 300 times. What I think to be the most important is production of an easily understandable documentary, the intention.